Hello, and welcome to the Crowley ISD PLC Curriculum Preview for 5th grade Science. In this video, we will discuss 5th 6 weeks blueprints, address the hotspot, and spotlight real-time instructional strategies that will include the effective use of CISD's best practices that include frequent checks for understanding, pacing and sequencing, and high academic expectations. By the end of this video, the teacher will gain a deeper understanding of the CISD best practices shown in the demonstration classroom video to transfer responsibility of learning to the student. The units that will be covered in the 5th 6 weeks are Unit 10, Life Cycles, and Unit 11, Inherited Traits and Learned Behaviors. The remaining days of the 6 weeks have been allotted for intensive STAR review. Please pause the video now to review the Unit 10 Local Assessment Blueprint. Take time to note the instructional days and assessment posting and administration dates. Please take a moment at this time to review the Unit 11 Local Assessment Blueprint. For today's PLC purpose, teachers will need access to the Crowley Center for Teaching and Learning, also known as the CTL. We will now identify the hotspot for the 5th 6 weeks. For the 5th 6 weeks in 5th grade science, we will target TEK 5.10a. Take a moment to pause the video to read over the TEK. As you can see, 5.10a is an area of moderate concern. However, it has fluctuated considerably in the last 3 years. At this time, we would like to feature the CISD demonstration classroom videos found on the Crowley Center for Teaching and Learning. Based on instructional need, videos can be found by selecting Instructional Practice, Instruction, and then choosing your particular interest. Today's video can be found under multiple topics including high academic expectations, pacing and sequencing, and frequent checks for understanding. Not only does the CTL highlight CISD teachers, but it also gives examples from other sources. Now, let's watch some fabulous instructional strategies in action.
Hello, my name is Sarah Smith, and I am a science teacher at H.F. Stevens Middle School in Crowley ISD. In this video, I will demonstrate CISD best practices, framing the lesson, frequent checks for understanding, pacing and sequencing, and effective classroom management. I have found that structure and routine are very important for my students. When students enter the room, they immediately begin working on a Do Now activity in their weekly learning log.
Your Do Now for Wednesday is to compare sodium and salt. Compare sodium and salt. How are they similar? How are they different?
At that time, I move to the power zone and immediately begin giving feedback. This reminds students that the work is valuable.
Tori, tell me what you said.
We then explore the objective and appropriate student work level together as a class as I frame the lesson. I usually have students read the objective, vocabulary, and intended outcomes aloud, and this objective remains at the core of all we do through accountable talk and closure activities.
Nice, Bruce, go ahead and read our verb for us.
Prior to showing a video or reading text, I narrow student concentration by telling them what I want them to focus on.
So, we're going to move on to our accountable talk, and for your accountable talk, we have a little video to watch.
I've found that students are much more successful if they have a pre-established purpose for the learning or investigation. It's a way of framing the activity for them.
As we're watching this video, this super exciting rap video, you're going to be listening for the differences between elements and compounds.
After releasing responsibility to my students, I set the timer. This ensures that students stay on task and remain committed to the learning objective. When the timer goes off, I check for understanding while working from the power zone. When a student's response is incorrect, I normalize error through a technique called loopback. This means that after an incorrect response, I ask a peer to assist and then loop back to the original student so that he or she can repeat the correct response.
Hydrogen. Curie, what do you think that little 2 means? No, say I've got my hydrogen, a little 2 by hydrogen. Bruce, you want to help her out? 2 hydrogens. So Curie, what does it mean? 2 hydrogens.
My students know that there will be lots of opportunity for academic collaboration and socialization throughout the lesson, but they also know that when it's time to swag, to sit up straight, watch the speaker, ask questions, and give claps, all eyes and ears should be focused on the teacher.
All right, let me see your swag in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right.
I love my job, and my students work hard for me because of the relationships and systems I've established.
I appreciate you participating in the PLC Curriculum Preview. Don't miss next 6 weeks' PLC Curriculum Preview video that will spotlight the gradual release of responsibility model. As always, if you have any questions, please feel free to contact me at tshepard@crowley.k12.tx.us or by phone at 817-297-5244. Thank you. I appreciate your time.